So I came to a realisation that I was one of those women who acted like I didn't like women. I don't know, about 15 years ago. And I think I realised why in constant talks with certain genders who are very privileged and do not understand why a lot of my gender rant and rave a lot, and we are very people, all people, young and old, and they can't understand a lot of stuff. And I said, I think I was very men-centered, is because even though all my abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, came from boys. So when I was a teenager, I got I can't remember what words you have to use on this one. And I have been physically attacked for 2 times, and the other times were other physical things, men just coming up to me and threatening and all that. And I said, I've recently realised why I was very much like, I only listen to certain women in bands and I can't listen to more women in bands and blah, blah, blah. It's very much changed, obviously, in the last 15 years. But I think it's because everything that negative has happened in my life, it's been a man or a boy behind it. And obviously, I blamed them. I've always blamed them. I've never blamed myself or others. But in a way, I have blamed others by meaning I had such a bad support system, especially with girls and women, that I blamed them more and supported them less than I did men. And I think that's why a lot of women might be men-centered, is because even though crap happens and it is men that cause it or boys that cause it, when we're looking for support, we're looking at women and we're looking at girls and they are not there. So when I was the first time, everyone knew this person because I was going out with them, and I didn't tell people, obviously, but then when I did tell people, it was girls, and they were just like, and they walked away from me, or they were quiet with me, or they act like there was nothing bad happened. Then it happened again, and the person then cheated on me. And so remember, I'm 15 when this is happening. And so in our minds, we're sort of told that, well, it's blatantly my fault because I'm obviously not a good woman. Because as we hear men saying 13-year-old women, so already at 15, you're already classed wrongly as a woman. And so when it happened the second time by the same person, people stayed friends with him. And because he was much older than me and he didn't go to school, he was college age and he could get smokes and alcohol and stuff. So when I confronted him and I said, you know, people are only friends with you because you can get them adult stuff, he grabbed my head and tried to smash my head on a stone wall. And I put my hands over my head like this, and no one stopped it happening. No shouting, no what the hell are you doing, no pulling him back. Then I found out after I was first attacked by him that he actually went off and slept with someone who was in my friend group, who was underage, but much younger than me. I was underage, obviously, but she was younger than me. She was 2 years younger than me. So I went off to find him. And when I found him, we were fighting physically, and then he tripped me up we were on a beach, and he grabbed my head and he pulled me under the water. His friend was there. I was friends with this boy for 5 years before I knew this person I was going out with. And I said, help me. He did nothing. Women walked past and did nothing. Girls walked past, did nothing. And the only person that seemed to get very angry about it was my dad. And I think that is why I was very men-centred. Because even though it was men that were causing the physical pain and emotional pain, it hurt more to me that these girls and women didn't have my back. And also, it was quite shocking to hear that when I was brave enough to tell people of people following me home, threatening me, stalking me, raping me, other people were, girls and women were very much like, oh yeah, that happened to me loads of times too. Because we've made it so normal that it's like a passage we have to go through. And so girls and women just don't know how to react, especially older generations. They don't know how to react. It's all this weird thing that I keep seeing on the internet where older women sort of, they tell you, don't get married, they tell you to do it. No, they don't. I'm sorry, I've never been in that situation at all. You only get told that when you've had a bad situation, when you've been through that bad situation. Then all of a sudden they will tell you stuff. And I think that's why it was shocking, because it's like we normalise so much what a man does wrong or a boy does wrong, and nothing gets done. Because I got in trouble at school when I stood up for myself, and I was the one that got suspended, even though I had a knife to my from someone from school, and it was me who got in trouble. So then I was known as the naughty child, the disruptive child, and all that. So yeah, so I think that is why. So in a way, I give some women and girls a bit of doubt with it, because I was in that same situation. If you've ever gone through it physically, emotionally, mentally, financially, men are just told, boys and men are just told it's normal to act like, I'm a man, me in charge, me do whatever. And girls are just told to be submissive. So when it does happen to you, unfortunately, you only find out after it happens that tons of people go through it, including men. And no one tells you. So yeah, so I understand a bit more now. But yeah, I'm not man-centred at all. Especially, unfortunately, it's that old classic of since I've had children. Yeah, not man-centred at all. I can be. I can. Because people that were in my life that are man already haven't stood up for me or my children. So no, bye-bye.